What's up YouTube, it's Freight Hero here, and I'm going to deck profile my updated Guardians deck profile after Buddy Lineage. So I guess I'll just jump straight into it. Buddy's still the same because of its interaction with being Buddy called, and you can get a charge and draw. So now that we have the new set spell, we can afford to have multiple size 2s on the field, so they become size 1. So we're playing 2 copies of everybody now, in case you want to cheese and have 1 on each side, or well, you could have 3 on the field if you really wanted to, but so you have the 2, and then if you trigger one of your life gain skills, you can get a double charge and draw because it's not a named ability. And then one Tanuki. He's a nice extra crit pressure card. If you want to go for big swings, you can use him and he can gain you life. Playing one of the Hellrend, because it's a different kind of push. He burns, bounces, destroys monsters. He gains a lot of effects. Generally, he's better than the Tanuki, but there are some fringe situations where you just want the big crit swings versus lots of small pokes with this guy. And it's kind of neat because, yeah, you could technically have both of these on the field, which is, I feel, a little suboptimal in most cases, because you'd rather have, like, Guardiuses to get more trigger effects off, and because you have double attack, you can proc Hellrend and, well, yeah, both of these off more. And I'm still playing one of the Gate Searcher just in case it goes second, and we have in Sunshine, and we can call this and get our gate if we don't have it. And again, because we can play more size 2s, playing the Glitonias, or however you pronounce this card. I can't read it upside down, and I didn't bother learning its name. But anyway, this is like a pseudo Loud Voice. And because you can have 2 in your field, they stack and stuff, so it's kind of neat if you can afford the 4 gauge for this play. It helps you live if you really need it, and otherwise you can just have 1 on the board, plus your regular lineup, and you'll have more defense that way. Still playing 1 Angelus, because sometimes you just need that 1 extra card. I mean, it's not like a huge problem, and plus 9 is a size 0 if you have the set spell out. And because we have a lot more ways to send things from drop zone to deck, we're playing 1 Just to Hope as a tech, just to trigger its potential destruction to disrupt boards on your opponent's turn if they let you use your other set spell, the Ancient World one. And then on your turn, you can just use it with any of your other things that send back things to the deck. 3 Guardius. 4 seems a bit unnecessary since you can just keep sending them back to your deck and probably drawing into them or calling them out of your deck. 1 Angel Frill, again tech just in case you want to remove soul from stuff. Can easily be sided out. And then the 1 Monochrome Dragon, which gets even more use because, again, he's a size 0 now, so you can have a better formation with him on the board in case you need protection during your turn. Only playing 1 Ageha. Realistically, you probably don't need it, but in case you don't have the new set spell, it can still do the old plays. Plus, I like Ageha, so playing the 1. And then the last monster, the Impact Monster. Still a really good card. If you can go into it, you can bounce their whole board if you send back 3 cards from drop to bottom of your deck, and then burn them for each one. So, in some matchups, you can hit a lot of damage and clear out boards for bouncing is pretty good still, unless, they can't be bounced. And moving on to our spells, we have the 3 regular Gate of Pardons, because it's still a decent card and it can tutor us if we have no monsters on field and no cards in our drop zone. And then 3 of the new set spell, which is really good. Can only set 1 though. You send back 1 to 3 cards from your drop zone, and if you send at least 1, you can draw 2, and then it reduces all the size of your Guardians by 1. Still playing 3 All Dragons Go to Haven, since it gets you life, it gets you bounces at the beginning of your turn, and it protects your Guardians from destruction by countering once per turn and sending something from drop zone back to the bottom of your deck. So it's nice protection. And then we have 4 Haven's Gifts, our item / set spell searcher / shuffling back or drop zone to draw 1 and get a gauge is whatever you need it to be. Really good card. 3 Sky Dragon Divinities, because it's our draw card. 4 Heaven's Shield, which is still awkward because you usually play closed center, so you can't use these as often. unless you play around it, and then you just go open center. But you can trigger your buddy off of that too, which is really cool. For Glacius Walls, which we can use playing close center. Not much to say here, but just paying 1 life to get a gauge if you have 5 or less drop zone, and nullifying attack is pretty good. They're playing 2 Dragon Sky Regressions. If you have 0 cards in drop, this can also trigger your buddy's effect because it gains you a life. And it also, you know, bouncing monsters on your opponent's turn is still really good. And then 2 Spider Thread Arts to hit set spells and to hit items. It's kind of nice. You can always side it out if they don't have anything that lets you bounce. 2 Heaven Sunshines to go into whatever size you want if you can destroy monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Nice way to get cards out of your deck. And because I'm playing mostly close center, 3 Fishing Rods, just to give like Artanukis double attack. And I'm playing 1 of, I don't know how to pronounce this card. This is for those moments where you actually play open center in those matchups where, you know, like Penetrate exists. And also it gets you a gauge by sending back something from drop zone to the deck once per turn. So it's kind of nice in that sense. If you use it, might just bump 2/2, but we'll see what happens in the future. That's the entire deck. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys later.